Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope everyone is doing well today. I had totally planned to do another video today. I wanted to take you outside and do a video of my little garden here, my raised beds and some other things that I've planted. However, it is gross. It is 60 degrees. It is overcast. It has been rainy, and I didn't actually get everything finished. I didn't get my herbs planted in the little pots I wanted them planted in. So hopefully in the next video will be a little garden tour of what I have growing outside. But in the meantime, because we're in the theme of the garden, I thought maybe I'd get out my trashy, my in the garden trashy, and work on that a little bit. And if you haven't seen the video where I showed this before, it is completely trash. The cover's made from a padded envelope that I covered with pieces of napkin and so on and so forth. Anyway, it's a real trashy. This is a real trashy. So I just thought I would work in this and do some work. I haven't worked in this one for a bit, and we'll just talk and do some gluing. So I have been having so much fun up here this time. My husband and I, usually on Fridays, we go to town there's a woman who has a cafe. She's Hungarian, and she runs a little cafe down in the town, and she sets it up in the community center, which is a beautiful converted school that they use as the big community center where they have entertainment and everything. Well, down in the basement, they've got a full kitchen, like a full commercial kitchen, which they use for Meals for Wheels. And I think I might have mentioned this before, but anyway, on Tuesdays and Fridays, this woman, Susanna, who's Hungarian, she's allowed to set up her own little cafe down there, and she bakes all these delicious treats and everything, mostly European pastries and stuff. She has coffee, tea, water, whatever, and she sets up down there in her little cafe. So my husband and I went down on Friday. We usually like to run our errands on Friday afternoon if we have to go to the dump or anything we need to do in town. So we went down Friday afternoon to go to her bakery. It's called Susanna's, and she wasn't there. And we didn't know why. There was no sign why she wasn't there. And usually if she's going away, she posts a sign that she will not be open. So I really hope she's okay, because like I said, it was just very unusual that she wasn't there. But anyway, so right there where Susanna's is also where now I'm just gluing in stuff, magazine stuff, trash, pieces that I have on my desk, so whatever. Anyway, so she wasn't there, and we decided to go to the farmer's market, which is also held at the community center, so it's right outside. We went to the farmer's market because a woman had walked in. She was also wanting to get something from Susanna, and when she saw she was closed, she said, "Oh, well, there's somebody out in the at the farmer's market selling treats and stuff." So we're like, okay, well, we'll go out to the farmer's market and get something out there. And so we went out there, and there was some Amish girls there selling some baked goods, and they had some flowers and stuff like that they were selling. And the area that we're in, there are Amish and there are Mennonites in this area. So, as a matter of fact, at our bottom of our mountain here where we live, there were two old houses that had been vacant for quite a long time, and they were just, I don't know if they're renting them or if they bought them, but 2 Amish families have moved in. And because behind is a big field where a farmer has his cows and stuff, but it's cordoned off so the Amish can put their horses there because they use the buggies, you know, so to get around, so they have to have their horses. But anyway, so we went and bought, these little girls were selling whoopie pies, and they had peanut butter bars, which were like oatmeal peanut butter bars. So we decided to get the oatmeal peanut butter bars, and we just enjoyed them there, and then did our other errands that we usually do when we're in town. And, you know, had a nice Friday afternoon. And so yesterday, Saturday, my husband and I went to Franklin, West Virginia, which is the nearest town from where we live, where our cabin is. And now when I say big town, it's not a big town. It's fairly small, but it's certainly bigger than where we live. So they have a flea market there on Saturdays, and I wanted to go to the flea market because there's a vendor there 2 vendors actually that I'm always able to buy from, and they've got good stuff. And you know, if I can buy stuff to put in my antique booth in my antique mall, then, you know, when I sell that stuff, it pays for our gas. It pays for, you know, a lot of stuff that we do on this trip. This is just a piece of paper from a shorthand book. But anyway, so I'm just sticking it in this little pocket for no reason, just to stick it in there. Anyway, so we went to Franklin to the flea market. Oh, I want to show you a couple things I got. Okay. And I got a lot of good stuff from the guy that I like to buy from. So this is one of the things I got. Now this is a shower curtain, and it's going to be a shower curtain because I told my husband the last time we were at the cabin that I wanted to de-man this cabin. And when he just laughed. He said, you can do whatever you want. Now, when I say that, okay, when you think of a cabin, you think of, you know, dark and dark woods and, you know, whatever. Oh, by the way, I got this for 50 cents, and I got another shower curtain, like a boho looking shower curtain, which I put in the bathroom downstairs. This is going up here in the bathroom that is up here with my craft room, because there's a dark plaid with red and dark green and dark blue plaid shower curtain there. And I'm trying to do like more boho cottage cabin than rustic man cabin. So I got the 2 of them for 50 cents. I mean, 50 cents each. So, you know, we went and got all that stuff from that guy. And here's another thing I got. So his wife had put together boxes for $1, and then they just had the flat boxes, like the, you know, I guess they might actually be lids to other boxes, like to the banker's boxes, those white boxes. They were like lids from that, and she had empty ones, and she was just like, take anything you want off that table and fill a box for $1. So I just was putting stuff in there that I thought I could sell from my shop, and then I saw this. Okay, if I want to do boho cottage, isn't this cute? It is glass. This is all glass. It's not stained glass because it's not leaded together. It's more like mosaic, but isn't that pretty? So I'm going to put that up here in my craft room, and I have a use for it, but I'm not going to tell you what it is until I figure out where I'm going to put it, because what it's used for, it needs to be near my desk here. But oh my gosh, I love this so much. So this will probably cost me about 10 cents because I had so many things in that box. So I got those things from that guy. But I go to that guy like first thing when we get to the flea market. Like they keep the doors closed till 9, and then because it's an indoor flea market, and then at 9 they open, and then I go straight to that guy because he and his wife have the best stuff. But anyway, so after I did my shopping, and my poor husband, poor Mr. Moss Cottage, he had so much to schlep because I went crazy. They had so much good stuff. I just couldn't say no, right? I couldn't pass any of that up. So I got a whole bunch of good stuff, and that made me really happy. So anyway, after we did the flea market, we go to a little restaurant, and when I say restaurant, I mean diner. Well, but it's not like a diner that's all chrome and whatever. It's a little diner that's an old restaurant in a group of building, you know, like in town. I'm not making much sense. Anyway, it's just like a little old restaurant, but it is a diner. They don't serve fine food there. They serve diner food there. So we always like to go there for breakfast. And so we went there for breakfast, and I had 2 eggs scrambled dry. I don't like shiny on my eggs. If I see shiny on my eggs, they're going right back to the kitchen. And 2 eggs, scrambled eggs, and then I had hash browns. You gotta have their hash browns because they're really good. And you can have that with a biscuit or with toast, and I had it with a biscuit. Because I don't usually make biscuits that often. I do make them every once in a while. Since my son's not living at home with us, when he was living at home with us, I would make them often because I'd freeze them then and put, you know, they were in the freezer so that he could always grab them for breakfast and heat them up. Because I always wanted to make sure he had good homemade breakfast. So I just don't eat that many carbs anymore. Although I just told you I ate an oatmeal peanut butter bar, and then I went out for breakfast and had hash browns and a biscuit. And then, like that. So, that was good. The only thing about the trip that made me a little bit sad was this was the first time we passed the point where my neighbor's husband passed away. And we know where it is, and when we passed it, it was a little bit sad. I miss him greatly. But anyway, so we went there, and then we went to the grocery store because Franklin has a grocery store. We don't have a grocery store here. I've told you before, we only have old-fashioned general stores here where, you know, it's literally from the turn of the century or so. You know, they still use the old counters and the big old heating stoves in the stores and whatever. They're really cute, but you know, they're kind of limited on what they have, right? So we went to Franklin because I needed to get some stuff that I knew that these stores. Look, this says continue life with joy. How about if we put that on there? So we went to the grocery store, and then we came home, and it was a beautiful, beautiful day yesterday. So I decided to go ahead and put my tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers in, which, like I said, I will hopefully show you that soon. And just as I was getting ready to put the herbs in, I've got these cute little planters I wanted to put the herbs in. As I was getting those ready to put in, and the sky had been getting darker and darker. And I didn't know it was supposed to rain. I guess my husband did, but I didn't. But I was like, no, there's no way I'm going to get these in before it starts to rain. So, I mean, it was getting dark. I mean, dark, dark. Excuse me. And I could hear thunder in the distance. So I was like, no, I got to go ahead and put this stuff away. So I put everything away, and then didn't get those herbs in. Well, today, one of my other neighbors had asked me if I wanted to go to church with her today because she likes the guy. It's a Presbyterian church. I'm not a Presbyterian, but she said she liked the guy who was speaking. Apparently, this church is in the process of looking for a pastor. You know, they have the search committee is looking for a pastor for a permanent pastor. So I'm just going to cut this because I like where it says handcrafted. I want to make a pocket, but I want that on the pocket. I'll use the bottom piece for something else. Anyway, so today I went to church with her, and she had told me that they were having a luncheon after church, and she doesn't go to this church. She only goes when this guy's speaking, and I guess she finds out from their Facebook page or something when he's there. It's a small church, but so she said, it's totally up to you, you know, if you want to stay for lunch. And I'm a very social person. I'm not like, oh no, I don't know anyone, I don't want to stay, or, you know, I wouldn't want to stay or something. I'm not like that at all. I'll go do whatever, you know. So I have a big basket here of stuff that I need to rifle through real quick to find something else to put on the background of this page here. So anyway, we'll use this. Oh, that's an envelope. That's cool. I'll use that for something else. We went to church, and I just need something that's not upside down. We went to church, and she said, so what do you think about staying for lunch? She said, it's up to you whether you want to stay or not. And so I said, yeah, let's go ahead and stay. My problem with going to things like that is I am a vegetarian, and a lot of times it is very hard for me to find anything to eat, because even vegetables here in the South, they put meat in it, right? So I said, no, we'll just go. We can go talk, and then we'll decide if we're going to eat. Well, we went down we went to the area where their kitchen is and where their dining room is, or where they eat, and I heard someone say macaroni and cheese, and I was like, well, that's it. I'm in. I can do macaroni and cheese, so there's certainly something that I can eat here. So this just came from the farmer's market that's held where the flea market is. The county farmer's market is held the same location where that flea market that I go to is. So we went to the lunch, and I had macaroni and cheese, and I had coleslaw and a biscuit, a cheese biscuit, and a cheddar cheese biscuit, coleslaw, macaroni and cheese. Oh my gosh, and the desserts. Okay, they had like one table of food and one whole table of desserts. And I'm not really one to say no to desserts. Now, yes, I told you we had, you know, a treat yesterday and stuff. The thing is, I don't make a lot of desserts myself. So if I go out, I let myself have a dessert, because I don't make desserts. Not often. Sometimes I do, but rarely. Because it's just the two of us, and generally what I eat for dessert is usually fresh fruit. That's what I like to have, or maybe some nuts or some dried fruit and nuts or something. But I don't like have brownies or, you know, things like that. I just don't. So I treated myself to some dessert. I did have a slice of watermelon, and that was good. But I did have a brownie and a piece of cake. But oh my gosh, so when we got to the place where they eat, the fellowship hall where they eat, they had brown paper lining the tables, all the tables, and candy, all kinds of candy and chocolate bars and stuff sprinkled in the center of each table, and markers that you could draw on the brown paper. I thought that was so, oh, you know what? I wanted that the other way. Okay. This is what happens when I talk and try to work. So, yeah, I thought that was really cute. But they were celebrating. They had one graduate who graduated high school this year. And now when I say that, I've also told you before how small a county this is, that the graduating class tends to be about 15 to 17 people. And so this church had one graduate from the class. And so they were celebrating that graduate. And then two boys who were there also were moving up from middle school to high school. So they were celebrating them too. But yeah, so I was totally, so far in the couple days that I've been here, let's see, how many days have I been here? 1, 2, 3, this is my 4th day. I have eaten more carbs than I usually eat, like, in weeks. So I gotta slow down on the carbs because, oh my goodness. Yeah, I need to do that. I'd stop that. But the food is so good. You know, when you go places and the food's good, you don't want to say no, right? It's like if you go on a cruise, you're not going to say no to the food or say, I'm going on a cruise and I'm going on a diet. It's like, no, that's just not going to happen, right? But we've been having a good time and I've been enjoying myself. But I have also worked really hard too, especially out in the garden because I told you it was all overgrown since we last were here, and that won't happen again because we're not going to be gone that long again, hopefully, for quite a while. Showcraft, what is this? Something in Baltimore. It's some kind of, to sign up for something. You can mail in. Remember when you used to mail stuff in to places to get stuff? This is something to mail in something. Let's just stick that in there. Let's find a place for this envelope here. Put this in. This also came from an old magazine. Coin pocket here. I don't see a coin pocket. Anyway, use this on, Shillcraft Book of Rugs. Oh, okay. I wonder if this is to make rugs. Book of Rugs showing distinctive rugs in full color plus rug yarn color card. I don't know if this is actually ready cut rugs. I think you finished the rugs or something. I don't know, but it's from an old magazine. So this needs to stay in here because this goes with this. That came from that. Let's put this in here somewhere. Maybe we can make a flip out somewhere, right? Okay, this page is upside down too. What did we do, a flip? Oh no, this one's right side up, but it's a, but see if I do that, then I cover up my chocolate wrapper. Let's see here. Let's see if I put it here, then I could still see my little mushrooms or toadstools. Don't know the difference. But I would cover this up. No, because I think I want to use that for doodling. Let's see if there's some place where I really don't care. I've done actually quite a bit more of this journal than I thought I had. Let's see here. Nope. Oh, here. We can do it here. Let's do it here because I don't really care about this, how to grow a crocus. We're going to do it here. We're going to put this here. Although, you know what I could do? No, it's got to be glued down on this page here. Let me see if I can put something underneath here. Should I? No, I'll glue stuff on top of it. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, we've been having a good time. Was that what I was saying? I don't even remember. Again, the train has left the station. Okay. I have to just glue this before I say anything else because I'm going to forget what I'm doing in that short period of time. Yeah, okay, there we go. Oh, yeah, so I thought it was really fun. Okay, before I tell you about what was really fun about Franklin yesterday. So when I went to the church today, look at this beautiful napkin. I had to take one. This isn't the napkins they were using, but there was a stack of these up where the beverages were to one side, and I figured, well, if they're out, they want you to have them, so I took one. I hope I didn't steal from a church. That's beautiful. I can't wait to use that. Maybe I'll put some of that in here. Okay, so can I get to my little doodad thing? Yes, there's my little entry form here. I remember sending away for stuff where you had to fill out the little things to get stuff. You know, you had to send it in. My K-Tel album, my mom had to order that one for me because I wasn't old enough to get my own K-Tel album. I don't even remember how you paid for things back in the day. Did she mail them a check for me? I gave her my allowance or something. I don't even know. Let's see. I want to kind of cover this back part here. So this book is not, it's only bound by a string. That's why it moves. I might rebind it, or, you know, I might just tighten up the string. Maybe that's what the problem is. I said I was going to put stuff on top. Let's make a collage, maybe. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what else is going on with me since my last video? Probably not a whole lot. No, not a whole lot. Just working on the garden, working in the house. I am excited about making this house more boho though. But I told my friend who took me to church today that, like her, she's got, oh my gosh, her house, she lives higher up on the mountain than I do. And her house is gorgeous. Now she built her house. Well, she didn't build it. She had her house built. And to say it's a cabin, it's not a cabin. Hers is this gorgeous house. She's got these big, beautiful boho chandeliers and all this stuff. Her house is very like boho eclectic. She's arty too. She's one of my art buddies. She's very arty and she paints furniture and all this kind of stuff. Her cabin is really, really nice. But I told her when we were coming home, you know, that I wanted to boho my cabin. And I said, like you, I said, the thrill is in the hunt, right? It's not, what did she say? She said, yeah, not like you can add water and the room is done or something like that. You know how, do you remember back in the day, and I don't even know if these things still exist, but back in the day, places like Montgomery Ward's and Sears and those places had, do I want to put another pocket in here? Maybe. Here, let's use this. And if I'm going to make a little pocket, let's use, this is a piece of the Tim Holtz wallpaper. It's a little bit more stable than magazine paper or something like that. Anyway, back in the day, those places had those bedrooms where like the curtains, everything on the bed skirt, the pillows, the curtains, everything, rugs, I mean, almost everything in the room matched. Do you remember that? Back in the day, like in the 60s and 70s. Yeah, so no on that. That's totally not the look I'm looking for here. And I said, it's just the thrills in the hunt. You just find a piece here and a piece there. I was just so thrilled that I found 2 shower curtains and that sconce yesterday to put in the cabin. And I mean, I had been looking for shower curtains to replace the ones here, because the one that's in the master bedroom downstairs, in the master bath downstairs, it was just beige, like a dark beige, and it was so boring and so ugh. And I have been looking for a shower curtain to replace that one for every thrift shop I've gone to. You know, when I go to the auction, I've been going through all the linen boxes because I don't want to pay, you know, I don't want to pay a lot of money. And it's better for the environment to use stuff that's used. Do I like that bit better? Or that bit? Nah, we'll go with that one. Anyway, so I had been looking and looking and looking, and it was a gift from God when he gave me 2 shower curtains for $1. And the little lady at that booth, she ties everything together with ribbons and then puts a little handwritten tag for $1, you know, on each thing. Everything is just so cute. And the work she puts in to sell stuff like for nothing, it's just amazing. So, let's put a word on that pocket. Let's see what we got here. These are just words I found I didn't even know I had. Ooh, how about play? Play is always a good word. I was grabbing something off my shelf here, and all these words fell out on the floor. And I was like, okay, I obviously didn't store those well. I didn't even know they were there. I was going to say something about Franklin, something that was fun in Franklin, and I can't remember what that was. Oh, yeah. So what I was going to say about Franklin when we were there yesterday, because it's Memorial Day, well, last weekend was Memorial Day. They have flags, like, you know how towns on their main streets have flags that say, like, welcome to something, or it might be seasonal or whatever. They have flags on all of their light posts with pictures of all the service people from Franklin. And I don't know if these people were all service people who are still alive, or if this was in memory of all the service people from Franklin who had died. But the pictures went all the way back to like really, really old pictures to new pictures. And I thought that was just so nice, you know, that the town did that to honor their military. Well, Highland, where I am, they do the same with their graduating class of high school, because like I said, there's only 15 to 20 kids graduate each year, that they put their pictures on the flags that go through town. And I thought that's so nice. It's such, when you get a small community like this, it is really a community. You know, people take care of people out here, that's for sure. Okay, so I got that. So I think I'm probably getting on in time. I'm just going to go ahead and maybe make a tag for this, if I can find something that's a little more sturdy, because this is cool, but you couldn't write on it. You'd have to have something. Let's use this other piece here from that. Although I don't like the back of this. This is Halloween. It's got pumpkins on it, and I don't really do Halloween, so let me just go in my box real quick and see if I can find something. Ooh, I know what I can use. I have this Twinings turmeric tea box. So let me just cut a piece off of this little thing here, and we can put that on the tag and cover up the pumpkins. Oops. Okay, and I'm so sorry if I start talking about something. Then I get like a squirrel, and it's like, look, I start talking about something else and never finish. If I've said anything that's just so profound and you have to know the answer, and I never said what it was, just write it in the comments. Although I can't imagine anything that I say is that riveting, right? Okay, all right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to make a tag, and see how it already has this cutout? The tag is going to be its own pocket. How's that for awesome, huh? So let's go ahead. Oops, let me tear that off, or that's not going to stick right. Let me go ahead and stick this down. Oh, I never realized this before. The Twinings tea box, it's kind of embossed where they put the name, because I can see it on this side. I can see the embossing for the word Twinings coming through. Okay, so we're just going to glue here, here, and here. That's going sideways, so it doesn't really have an up or down, so it doesn't matter which way I put this on. Let's put this on here like this. Like that. And so this is actually its own pocket. So let's take a little piece of ripped paper. I might put some stamping on there. I have some, my alpha stamps here, but I don't have any stamping. I don't have a stamp pad here. That can go in there, but it's a tiny bit long, so I'm just going to tear a tiny bit off and put that in there like that. Okay, so this little tag now, I actually like the twining side better than the other side. That little tag going here. But the other thing I wanted to do was, I've got some little fabric doodahs here. I wanted to maybe put something on the top of this. But no, because then I'll hide the twinings, and I don't want to hide that. See this little thing where it says over 300 years of experience, and this twinings, they're embossed. No, I'm going to leave those the way they are and just put that in there. Okay, well, I've bored you enough with my jabber and chit chat and nonsense, so I think I will leave it there. But I did get some more done in this little lovely. I'm wondering, Okay, Helen, you said you'd go. Let the poor people go. Let them go. Just stop where you are. I'm just going to stick that in for now. I'll do something with that later. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed working on the garden journal, and I hope you're working along in your own. I will do a final flip through when I'm done, but of course I'm nowhere near done yet with this yet. And I can see here that my title is actually coming up because I think this was actually only glued on with a glue stick. And if it comes up again, I will just use a better glue. But you know, it's a junk journal. It's a junk journal. There we go. And I have to find something to put on the sides here too. All right, that is it for sure. That's it. I'm letting you go. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Welcome. I hope that you're finding some inspiration in my content. If not nonsense from my chit chat. And guys, until the next video, I hope everyone's truly blessed. Bye-bye.